What I'm about to tell you, something I've never told anyone ever before. This has got to be by far the most difficult video I will ever put out. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Because I don't know how this is going to be taken. On two separate occasions, I was molested. I remember both of them like they were just minutes ago. I remember the rooms. I remember what was playing on the television. I remember the smell. The first time it happened, I was 8 years old. It was at my grandmother's house in her living room downstairs at Georgia King Village. It was a family member. And she was twice my age. I think she was like 16, 17 years old. Amazing Stories was playing. Was on a video on TV at the time. And she just looked at me and she said, "Hey, I'm bored. You want to do something?" I said, "Sure, what?" She said, "Let's play a game." I said, "Okay." She laid out some blankets on the floor and took the cushions off the couch, put them on the floor. And she laid me down. And she started to perform. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how to feel. I just felt weird. I felt naked. I felt vulnerable. And after she was done, she said, I just did you a favor. And at the time, she's a family member. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I'm just taking a word for it, right? So, I didn't tell anybody. This is between you and me. Those were her last words that night. Then she rolled over and went to sleep. I couldn't sleep. The next time I was molested was with a guy this time. 321 Hawthorne Avenue. We was pulling an all-nighter. Up All Night was playing with Gilbert Gottfried. And, yeah, we just did that all the time. And then, pretty much the same fucking scenario, man. Pretty much the same fucking... It's funny how you remember all the goddamn details. It's amazing. I mean, I can't remember what the fuck I did yesterday, but this shit I can remember. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the details. The bottom line is he made me perform on him. He then performed on me. And Again, didn't know what to think. I'm just thinking this is normal, right? I mean, it's already happened to me twice. Might as well, it's normal. This is something that just happens. So I never told about that either, because I guess this is just what we do. This is how it's supposed. This is sex, right? This is how it was supposed to be. I developed a serious appetite for pornography. As a matter of fact, I can't remember when I never watched it. You know, when I came across my daddy's videotapes, it was like I would sneak to watch them things every day. It was times that I was, coming up on the wire, right? I knew they'll be home real soon, and I didn't get my 5-minute fix. So I will rush to the VCR, rush to his stash, pop in the tape, and I'll watch, and I'll try to rub one out right before they walked in the door. And then put it right back to the same place it was when I put it in. I always did that. I will always rewind it back to the place that he had it at, so he would never know anything about it. Masturbation, my God, it's a huge problem for me. It's been since the first encounter. People could be in a room with me, and if I had the urge to masturbate, I'll do it. Now, obviously, they had to be asleep, but the point is that they will be in the room with me. My uncle, my sister, my mom, my dad. If I felt that they were asleep, I would do it. I remember touching on my cousin soon after that happened. Being infatuated by her, thinking she was such a beautiful girl, and I just wanted to touch her. And it was one time she was asleep, and I could not resist but to touch her. She doesn't know this happened, or at least I don't think she did. But I was touching her, and I felt so wrong to do it, but I couldn't stop myself. I fucking couldn't stop. So I did it. Then I went in the bathroom and took care of myself, because that's what I was feeling. Why am I telling you this, man? Why am I, after freaking 27 years of holding this shit in, saying something? Because 80% of suicides are men. I've had suicidal thoughts as long as I can remember. I've dealt with depression as long as I can remember. I have an addiction to porn. I have addiction to sex. I have addiction to releasing. It's like something I just have to do. If I don't release at least 3 times a day, I don't feel right. There's been times that I jerked off till my freaking penis was raw. I'm telling you this because there are men out there who are holding in a lot of pain. And they don't know how to get it out. They don't know how to talk about it. They're afraid to talk about it. They've convinced themselves that it's nothing to worry about. It's cool. Just let that go. Because they can't talk about it. Because who cares? Nobody really cares about men. Think about the last homeless guy that was asking for a piece of bread or $1. Think about how you just walk past him like he was nothing and continue playing on your iPhone or your tablet or whatever. How many times did you put your earbuds in your ear to avoid somebody begging? Huh? Was that a man or a woman? You saw some guy getting hit on by some girl half his size, yelling at him, screaming at him, and you just kept it moving. Now, if it was reversed, you would have jumped in, you would have said something, you would have called the cops, something, videotaped it, you would have did something. But because it was a dude, who gives a fuck? We pull up the rear in every goddamn situation. Oh, men get molested too. Men get raped too. Men deal with mental issues too. Men have childhood issues too. We just pull up. It's like we're just like an afterthought in America. We're a fucking afterthought. I've been in rooms with hundreds of people and felt alone. Felt like nobody understands and nobody cares. There's been many times that I put on a front to save face when I was hurting inside. I would smile, shake hands, banter, put on my shit, perform. Men are amazing performers. And inside, we want to die. We want to fucking die. Because nobody gives a fuck about us, man. I wrote a piece called Beneath the Armor. I might put this shit out for everybody to read it. Because this is how men operate today. We've been operating this way for I don't know how long. We put on our armor and we go out into this world who don't give a damn about us, and we perform and we do what we gotta do to get by. And when we go home, we take that armor off and we just sit in the corner and we cry. Sure, you may not see it because we're flicking the channels, watching Sports Center, playing video games. But inside, we're in a corner and we're crying, we're bawling. And nobody cares. 80%. 80%. So if you're looking at this, which I seriously doubt anybody gonna watch this video. I really do, because it's dealing with men, but I mean, maybe that's my own bias, I don't know. But if you are listening to this, think about your boys. Think about your husbands, your fathers, your boyfriends, your friends, your coworkers. Think about them. The next time you see a man just blow his top, don't dismiss it as he's just an asshole. Try to find out why he's so wound up. Because as a man, I'm supposed to just suck it in. Just take it. Maybe that's why we die so quickly. I could have been your son. I could have been your son. If something like this happened to you, speak out, man. Spread the fucking word. Let people know that men can be victims too. I'm done.